Hi students, welcome to all 4 C-Learning chemistry classes. Today we are going to start session 18, total 17 sessions we have completed up to now, and we are under the concept idiometry. In the previous session we have discussed some numericals, and today also I am going to discuss 3 numericals, and after that I will go for the next concept in stoichiometry chapter. Please get ready with pen and paper, students. Please note it down along with me. Okay, please write down. I am writing the question here. 9 volumes of VOL I am writing. 9 volumes of a gas mixture. 9 volumes of a gas mixture consisting of write down students, consisting of an organic compound, write down, an organic compound and just sufficient volume of oxygen for combustion, yielded 4 volumes of carbon dioxide, 6 volumes of water vapor, H2O gas he has given, write down students, and 2 volumes of nitrogen under same conditions. If, write down, if the compound, write down students, if the compound contains only carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen elements, I have written carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen. What is the empirical formula of compound? So you have to evaluate the empirical formula of this compound. He has given 9 volumes of a gas mixture of an organic compound, and at the end he has given that organic compound contains CH and N. I am going to write like this, students, combustion reaction, CX, I will start here, CX HY NZ on combustion. He himself is saying that carbon dioxide, H2O gas and nitrogen are obtaining. I am going to write CO2 plus H2O plus N2, X carbons, X CO2, Y hydrogens, so Y by 2 H2O, Z nitrogens, so you have to write Z by 2 nitrogen. Now this is the balanced equation for the combustion of this. Let me balance oxygen also, no problem. 2x plus y by 2, same, x plus y by 4 oxygens. Okay, leave it. Now he has given total this as 9 volumes compound and exactly sufficient volume of oxygen for combustion, not any excess. Total volumes he has given as 9 volumes, and he is saying you are going to get 4 volumes here and H2O 6 volumes and nitrogen 2 volumes. Let me balance oxygen atoms because moles ratio is equal to volumes ratio. Let me take this as V. And how many such actions are there in each chain? 2. So 2V. I am writing here, students. I'm going to calculate. Okay, I will write there. Please note it down. 2V is equal to, right side actions I am counting, students. Total 2 into 4, 8 plus 1 into 6, 6. So V is equal to 7. So out of this 9 volumes, volume of oxygen is 7 volumes. Out of 9, 7 volumes for oxygen I got. I have just used the concept moles ratio is equal to volumes ratio. I have taken this as V volumes. Okay. This gives 4 volumes, 6 volumes. V into 2, 2V. Observe it, very important. 4 into 2, 8. 6 into 1, 6. So total V is equal to 7 volumes I got now. Once again I will write here 7 volumes. So automatically it becomes, you have to write here 2 volumes. Here 4 volumes, 6 volumes, 2 volumes. Divide with 2. So 1 volume. Need here 7 by 2 volumes. Here 2 volumes. Here 3 volumes. Here 1 volume. Now I am estimating the carbons. 1 volume, 2 volumes. So you can say, you can write 1 mole. Yes. 7 by 2 mole. Right down, student. 2 mole, 3 mole, and 1 mole. So from this we can write X equal to 2, because 1 mole gives X moles. 1 mole gives 2 moles here. So X is 2. Okay. Y by 2 is equal to 3, implies Y is equal to 6. Okay. Z by 2 is equal to 1, implies Z equal to 2. Observe here, students, I got X is equal to 2, Y is equal to 6, Z is equal to 2. So I can write the molecular formula. Here I am writing molecular formula is equal to C2H6N2, and empirical formula, strike out common factor, CH3N. There the final answer, that empirical formula is CH3N. Very important example, students. Just I have applied the concept of moles ratio is equal to volumes ratio, nothing more than that. Very simple. Here I am taking as moles. And finally I have converted volumes into moles. I have considered volumes as moles, and based on that I have estimated molecular formula, and by cancel the common thing we can get empirical formula to get simple whole number ratio of atoms. Please note it down. Write down the next question. Write down 10 ml of gaseous organic compound. Write down, students, 10 ml of a gaseous organic compound contains CH and O. Compound contains 3 elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, was mixed with 100 ml oxygen, write down 100 ml oxygen, and exploded and cooled to, and then cooled to room temperature, The volume of gas mixture, I am writing VOL, the volume of gas mixture after cooling was 90 ml. On treatment with KOH, a further, write down students, a further contraction of 20 ml is observed. Determine molecular formula if vapor density is equal to 23. If vapor density is equal to 23. Students, all these are advanced level questions I am discussing in idiometry. Please concentrate. He has given a gaseous organic compound contains carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So, first of all, we should write the balanced chemical equation CX HY OZ plus O2 gives rise to AxCO2 plus Y by 2 H2O. Right. Now count the oxygens. 2x plus Y by 2 minus Z. This also contains oxygen. Here I am doing, then I will erase here. 2x plus Y by 2. Already Z oxygens are here, you should subtract that, minus Z whole divided by 2. Students, please. X plus Y by 4. Up to here it is common, we have written. But here one more oxygen, Z oxygen. So, Z by 2. So, this is the balanced equation. Now, let me write the given data to us. 10 ml of this compound undergoing combustion, no doubt. And it has been mixed with 100 ml oxygen, leave it. And then explosion takes place and reaction mixture finally cooled to room temperature. Water gets liquefied, leave it. And after that the volume is measured as 90 ml, 90 ml. And after passing KOH there is a decrease of 20 ml. So, simply you can say 20 ml of carbon dioxide is obtained here. Simply you can write. So, finally after cooling you got how much volume, students? 90 ml. Out of that how much is carbon dioxide? 20 ml. What about the remaining 70? Because this compound is undergoing combustion, okay, involved all the 10 ml gaseous compound. But still there is 70 ml difference is there. So, immediately you can came to a conclusion that maybe the unreacted oxygen left, because only two substances are involving in the reaction, hydrocarbon and oxygen, and H2O is converting into liquid, leave it, there is no gas, okay. And here carbon dioxide volume I got 20, but still 90 ml out of 20 is carbon dioxide, so not doubt the remaining one is only unreacted oxygen. Here I am writing, students. Now down, unreacted oxygen is equal to 90, unreacted oxygen is equal to 70 ml, because 90 minus 20, this 90 minus this 20. Now, I am writing reacted oxygen is equal to 100 minus 70, that is 30 ml. So, here you should write 30 ml. Now, take the ratio of these two, students, because volumes ratio is equal to moles ratio. So x by 1 equal to 20 by 10 implies you can simply finalize that x equal to 2. Okay, I got 1. One more ratio I can take, this by this, this by this. I am writing x plus y by 4 minus z by 2 by x. X means again 2. Here I can write 2 because I have, instead of x I have written 2, students. Don't get confused. Is equal to, this by this I have written 3 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. Go that side. 1. So y minus 2z equal to 2, I think. So keep this relation. And one more data he has given in the question, that is vapor density 23. If vapor density 23 for gaseous compound GMW is equal to 2 into 23, that is 46, students. 46. How you will get 46? What is the formula? CXOHY okay. 12 into x plus, concentrate, y into 1 plus 16 into z, that should be exactly equal to 46 according to the given data in the form of vapor density 23 twice molar mass. This should be equated to 46 and x equal to 2 already you got 24. So y plus 16z, x equal to 2, 2 12s are 24, subtract this 24 from this. If you take out 24, it becomes 22. So y minus 2z is equal to 2. Subtract from this. So 18z is equal to y minus 2z. Here I am correcting, students. Please write down y minus 2z is equal to 4 there. Here you correct it, y minus 2z is equal to 4. Okay. Here you please write it as 4. So 18, so z equal to 1. Z equal to 1. So immediately you can say y equal to 6. Now I got all the 3, x, y, z. Here please correct the students, y minus 2z equal to 4. I have solved these two equations. Finally I got x, y and z values. So finally molecular formula I can write C2H6O. This is the final answer. Please note down this, students. Then I will go for next question. This is pure advanced oriented questions, no doubt about it. Please concentrate. Very easy also. Let me go for the next question, students. So please write down. I will write from here. 80 ml of oxygen, 80 ml of oxygen is added to 50 ml of a mixture of 50 ml of a mixture of hydrogen, acetylene and carbon monoxide, 3 gases, hydrogen, acetylene, C2H2 and CO, carbon monoxide. On combustion, the volume of gases after cooling was found to be 65 ml. After cooling was found to be 65 ml, which is reduced to 65 ml, which is reduced to 15 ml by treatment with aqueous KOH. What is the composition of original mixture? I will repeat this question, very important question it is. 80 ml of oxygen is added to 50 ml of a mixture of hydrogen, acetylene and carbon monoxide. On combustion, the volume of gases after cooling was found to be 65 ml, which is reduced to 15 ml by treatment with aqueous KOH. And finally, you have to find out the composition of original mixture. In the previous session, I have discussed mixture of three gases. One among them as neon, which is noble gas, non-reacting. But here, if you observe this mixture, I have changed the model. All the three undergo combustion here. Let me write the combustion reactions first, student. I am writing here, you please concentrate. I will write from here. Hydrogen, please concentrate and note it down. H2 plus half O2 gives rise to H2O. Oh, it becomes liquid because cooling to room temperature. Or if he did not mention anything, then also you should consider that as liquid only. Leave it. Next, another gas is acetylene. Here I am going to write. Write down, students, C2H2 plus balance reaction I am writing 5Y2O2 2CO2 plus H2. This also H2 I have considered as liquid. Next, third gas, carbon monoxide, CO plus half O2 gives rise to CO2. Here all the three are gases. I don't know how much of this and how much of this. Let me take this as XML and this as YML and this as ZML. Total, we know 50 ml is the mixture. Out of that, I have considered this as XML, YML, ZML. Okay. Let me write the oxygen utilized here. X by 2 ml. Here 1 ml liquid 5 by 2. For YML, I am writing here, students. Concentrate. Please note it down. Concentrate. 5Y by 2 ml. Okay. Here ZML. So you have to write here Z by 2 ml. Okay. Here it is liquid, no need to consider. Here 2 moles of carbon dioxide. Here you can write YML means 2Y. Here ZML gives ZML. Okay. Here 80 ml of oxygen is added. It means sufficient amount of oxygen is added. No doubt. Okay. Sufficient or extra? Let us finalize after the discussion of this data. Not now. Okay, leave it. And final, how much volume he got? 65 ml for all the gases. 65 ml. Out of that 65 ml, when it is passed through treatment with KOH, means reduced to 15. From 65 to 15. What is the difference here? 50 ml. That 50 ml is nothing but absorbed by aqueous KOH. Which is going to absorb by aqueous KOH? Carbon dioxide. So I am writing carbon dioxide volume. Here I am writing. Let me take here from this carbon dioxide I am taking CO2 volume V. From the equation, how much I will get? 2Y plus Z equal to 50. So I got one relation. Next, 65 to 15 ml. Even after treatment with aqueous KOH, still 15 ml gas is left. That is the meaning here. Initially 65 ml after cooling, and then he passed through KOH. Out of 65, 50 ml is absorbed as carbon dioxide. Okay, leave it. And the remaining is 15 ml. From where it is coming? H2O is liquid. only 2 are involving in the reaction. This volume we got as 50 ml. So that is nothing but because all these are undergoing combustion. Combustion means complete undergoing. So it is nothing but unreacted oxygen. I am writing here. Here I will write first. Unreacted oxygen is equal to 15 ml. But total how much volume of oxygen is given to you students? 80 ml. So out of 80 ml, 15 ml is left even after the completion of combustion. It means out of 80 ml, how much is involving in the combustion? 80 minus 15, that is 65. Let me write the oxygen utilized from this data. I am writing here students, x by 2, 5y by 2, z by 2, that should be equal to 80 minus 15. Now do it. X plus y plus z, 80 minus 15, 65. All these are 2, 2, 2. So we have to write 130. 65 2's 130. And one more thing we know, x plus y plus z, how much? Total volume of the mixture, initial mixture, 50. That also you can write here, x plus y plus z equal to 50. Here x plus 5y plus z. Okay. Now subtract second one from first one. These two gets cancelled. 5y minus y, 4y equal to 80, y equal to 20. Y equal to 20. So immediately you can substitute here. You will get z equal to 10. Z equal to 10. Y equal to 20, z equal to 10. 30. Remaining x is also equal to 20. So finally all the things you got, x as well as y and also z. X equal to 20 ml. So hydrogen consider x, answer is 20 ml. Acetylene also y 20 ml. Carbon monoxide is 10 ml. If anybody asks you to calculate mole percent or volume percent, because all three are gases, so anything you can solve from this data. Okay, you please write down the students, very very important it is. And with this I am going to finish off the discussion about idiometry concept. Don't forget this is very important, especially in the recent mains exams. They are asking very frequently. And after completion of this, immediately I will go for the next concept, oxidation state, and get ready with that. And please finish off meanwhile, and I will go for the next concept, oxidation state. Okay, students, let us go for the next concept of stoichiometry, that is oxidation state. Actually, we have finished the basic mole concept of stoichiometry, which involves the calculation of number of particles, and after that we have gone through the calculations involving chemical equations, including empirical and molecular formulae concept, and estimation of products and the real time industrial applications of stoichiometric calculations. And at the end we have discussed idiometry, which involves the volume calculations majorly. That is one important area of stoichiometry. Now we are entering into the next part of stoichiometry, which is an important beginning for oxidation, reduction, redox reactions, equivalent weights, molarity, normality like concentration terms. This is the conceptual link up to that concentration terms from this heading oxidation state. If you are not able to follow oxidation state, you never understand exactly what is meant by oxidation and reduction. If you miss that area, you cannot solve the balancing of redox reactions. If you miss that area, it is not possible to estimate equivalent masses of substances. If you miss that area, you cannot interrelate concentration terms like molarity, normality, interrelations and their calculations. So, this is just like a chain link. Don't miss these classes and follow regularly, then only it is easy to understand, students. You please concentrate. Now I am going to start oxidation state. What is exactly the oxidation state of an element? It is nothing but the real or imaginary charge, that an atom gets during the formation of a compound. I am repeating, it is real or imaginary charge. Real or imaginary charge that an atom gets during the formation of a compound. Real charge or imaginary charge. Let me explain that what is exactly the meaning of that. Okay. If you take sodium chloride, very well known example to everybody, Na plus and Cl minus. So, you can say oxidation state of sodium is +1 and that of chlorine is -1. Suppose if you take HCl, it is a covalent compound. No ants are there. In such case also, we can assign -1 to chlorine and +1 to hydrogen. It is imaginary charge, whereas it is real charge. That is why, while explaining the definition of oxidation state, I have given like this. It is the real or imaginary charge that an atom gets during the formation of a compound. Let us discuss about the assigning of oxidation numbers for both ionic and as well as covalent compounds by following some rules. So, our next aim is we have to discuss some rules to assign oxidation states in different compounds. So, let me go through the first rule. Please write down along with me. I am going to write just oxidation state as OS, students. You please follow that. Oxidation state of, write down students, any element, oxidation state of any element in its uncombined state is 0. Let me explain this statement. Oxidation state of any element in its uncombined state is 0. Helium 0, hydrogen uncombined state 0, copper uncombined state 0, like that. So, it is the common oxidation state exhibited by any element in its uncombined state when it stands alone. Right. Number 2. Oxidation state of alkali metals. Oxidation state of alkali metals is always +1. Is always +1. in their compounds, whatever might be the compounds, if they possess alkali metal, blindly you can fix the oxidation state of that alkali metal. Wherever you find in any compound, blindly you can fix that as +1, because as per the concept of periodic table, you can simply say the general electronic configuration of alkali metals is +1, and on losing one electron, they get nearest stable inert gas configurations. That's why they never possess the other type of oxidation state, that is +1, because after losing one electron, no doubt they get more stable configuration, and further it is not possible to exit. So it is +1. Similarly, for, write down students, alkaline earth metals is always +2 in their compounds. Same approach. Alkaline earth metals, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium, all of them, after losing 2 electrons, they will get the respective noble gas configurations. That's why wherever you find alkaline earth metal in any given compound to you, immediately you can come to a conclusion that it has the oxidation state +2. You can write blindly, no problem. Now, third one, write down students, don't waste time. The oxidation state of fluorine is always -1 in their compounds. There is no other oxidation state exhibited by fluorine in its compounds other than -1. The reason is, this fluorine is highest electronegative element, highly electronegative element, and after gaining one electron, it gets nearest neon inert gas configuration and becomes highly stable. So that's why it always ready to gain one electron more readily and get stability. That's why fluorine does not exhibit the oxidation state other than -1 in its compounds. So these are 3 are fixed, no violations. Please note it down, and then I will go for next set of rules. Please note it down. Next rule, students, write down. Oxidation state of all the atoms, write down, oxidation state of all the atoms present in a homoatomic molecule, is 0. Oxidation state of all the atoms present in a homoatomic molecule is 0. I will explain with example. O2, for both oxygens, oxidation state are 0. O3, for 3 oxygens, 0 again. P4, for 4 phosphoruses, for all the phosphorus atoms, for all the 4 phosphorus atoms, you have to consider as 0. S8, sulfur, for all 8 phosphorus, 8 sulfur atoms, the oxidation state is again 0. That is the meaning of homoatomic molecule. Molecule contains only atoms of only one element. So in such case, all the atoms in that particular homoatom molecule should be given as 0. Should be given as 0. Next, I will give the next one. The oxidation state of all the atoms present in a neutral molecule, it is better to write as the sum of, oxidation states of all the atoms present in a neutral molecule is equal to 0. As of now, I am not going to give the example here. After finishing off some more rules, then I will give examples for all the things what exactly you are writing now. Okay, students, so please write down. The sum of oxidation states of all the atoms present in a neutral molecule is equal to 0. Say for example, simply hydrogen, sulfur. The oxidation state of hydrogen for both the hydrogens plus the oxidation state of sulfur should be equal to 0. That is the meaning of this statement. Okay, you please note it down, and then I will go for next statements. Okay, I will go for next rule, students. Write down. The oxidation state of atom in a monoatomic ion, the oxidation state of atom in monoatomic ion is equal to the charge present on it, The oxidation state of atom in a monoatomic ion is equal to the charge present on it. See, I will give the example here. O minus 2, the oxidation state is minus 2, like that. N minus 3, the oxidation state is minus 3, like that. Aluminium plus 3, only one atom, so oxidation state of that is itself plus 3. Next rule, please write down, students. Next rule, the sum of oxidation states of OS oxidation state, the sum of oxidation states of all the atoms present in a polyatomic ion, is equal to the charge of that ion, the charge of that ion. The sum of oxidation states of all the atoms present in a polyatomic ion is equal to the charge of that ion. Say for example, you can take ammonium ion, oxidation state of nitrogen plus 4 into oxidation states of hydrogen should be equal to, here the charge of ion is plus 1. That is the meaning, students. Say for example, sulfate ion, the oxidation state of sulfur plus 4 into oxidation states of oxygen should be equal to minus 2 finally. Why I am not giving example and calculation here? Because I have to go through some more rules, and after considering all those rules, then only I can show you the calculation as example. Okay, students? Meanwhile, you please note it down, and then I will go for next rule. The next rule is about the oxidation state of hydrogen. Right? Please write down. The oxidation state of hydrogen is +1 except in, I am writing, concentrate, except in metal hydrides, where it is -1. So there is an exception. Hydrogen usually +1, but if that compound is a metal hydride, there the oxidation state is -1. There is an exception. Suppose if you take alkali metals, fixed +1, alkaline earth metals, fixed +2, fluorine, fixed it is -1, but coming to hydrogen it is not fixed. Almost 95% fixed it is +1, but only one type of compounds called as metal hydrides, those are binary compounds which contain only metal and hydrogen. Means when, especially when hydrogen combines with metal, it exhibits an oxidation state of -1. Let me give the example here. Say sodium hydride. Now I am going to apply the rules here. This is a neutral species, charge is 0. The sum of oxidation states of all the elements should be equated to 0. The moment you see the sodium alkali metal blindly, you can fix it as +1 and that of hydrogen as x equal to -1. Calcium hydride, metal hydrogen, binary compound called metal hydride. The moment you see the element calcium there, immediately one can fix its oxidation state as +2. Two hydrogens are there, 2x equal to 0. So no doubt x equal to -1. I have applied one rule. Okay. This is about the oxidation state of hydrogen. And after this, we will go for the oxidation states of oxygen. How many different oxidation states it is going to exhibit? We will see after this. Now, with this concept, I am going to end this session, and in the next session, we will continue these rules to calculate oxidation numbers. And after finishing of the rules, we will go for a detailed and full-fledged exercise on that. So I am going to conclude this session with this. Thank you.